सम्पूर्ण मेरा साथीहरू जो अहिले फेसबुक, युट्युब र इन्स्टाग्राम हेरेर बसिराख्नु भएको छ। आज म हजुरहरू समक्ष एक विशेष अतिथिलाई लिएर आएको छु। तपाईँ सधैँझैँ मेरो पाहुनासँग भलाकुसारी गर्ने क्रममा आउनुहोला। तपाईँले आफ्ना अमूल्य कमेन्ट राख्नुहोला र नबिर्सिकन भिडियोलाई सेयर गरिदिनुहोला। आजको पाहुना हुनुहुन्छ रेनल्ड्सबर्ग सिटी काउन्सिल मेम्बर मिल्ड्रेड जोन्सन र उहाँको विषयमा हामी कुराकानी गर्नेछौँ। उहाँले रेनल्ड्सबर्ग सिटीमा सिटी काउन्सिल मेम्बर भएर के काम गर्दै हुनुहुन्छ र कस्ता काम गर्ने आयोजना बनाउनु भएको छ, यी विभिन्न विषयमा आज हामी कुराकानी गर्नेछौँ। जो रेनल्ड्सबर्गमा बस्नुहुन्छ, तपाईँलाई रेनल्ड्सबर्गको रेसिडेन्ट हुनुहुन्छ भने कृपया तपाईँले क्वेसन गर्नुहोला तपाईँको काउन्सिल मेम्बरसँग र त्यसको जवाब पनि तपाईँ खोज्न सक्नुहुन्छ। साथसाथै बहुत महत्त्वपूर्ण कुरा के छ भने तपाईँ रेनल्ड्सबर्गमा बसे पनि, पेन्सिल्भेनियामा बसे जहाँ बसे पनि अब 2025 सालको नोभेम्बरमा मुख्य चुनाव आउँदैछ। मुख्य मैले यस मानेमा भने यसपालिको चुनाव भनेको लोकल गभर्मेन्टको लागि मात्रै हुन्छ र त्यस कारणले तपाईँले भोट रेजिस्ट्रेसन गर्नुभएको छैन नि कृपया आजै गर्नुहोला। भोटर रेजिस्ट्रेसन गर्नुहोला र भोटर रेजिस्ट्रेसन गरेर आफ्नो अमूल्य मत, आफ्नो अमूल्य भोट लगाउनुहोला। 2024मा हामीले भोट लायौँ। भोटका परिणाम आज हामी देखिरहेका छौँ। हिजो मात्रै हाम्रो गाउँको एकजना भाइलाई आइसले गिरफ्तार गरेर भुटान फर्कायो। हाम्रै भोटको कारणले गर्दाखेरि हो। र गाउँघरमा अहिले रोइ कराई हाहाकारको समस्या हामीले धेरैतिर सुनेका छौँ। मजा लाग्नेहरूले भन्छन् बिल्कुल कुराकानी गरेर उनीहरूले डर देखायो, उसो गर भन्ने चुला छ। तर यथार्थमा तपाईँ हेर्नुहुन्छ भने गाउँघरमा बहुतै धेरै त्रास, डरको माहौल अहिले भइरहेको छ। किनभने रातो दिन मलाई धेरैजनाले कल गर्नु पनि हुन्छ। त्यस कारणले अगर हामीले भोट लाएनौँ 2024मा भने त्यसको परिणाम आज भोग्नु परिरहेको छ। गलत ठाउँमा लायो भने नि हामीले त्यसको परिणाम भोगिरहेको भएछ। र त्यसै कारणले मसँग अहिले मिल्ड्रेड जोन्सन आउनुहुन्छ र उहाँ 2025 सालको नोभेम्बरमा चुनाव लड्दै हुनुहुन्छ रेनल्ड्सबर्गबाट रेनल्ड्सबर्ग सिटी काउन्सिल मेम्बरको लागि। र तपाईँले आफ्ना प्रश्न राख्नुहोला, उहाँलाई सोध्नुहोला र उहाँलाई तपाईँले भोट लगाएर किन जिताउनुपर्छ भन्ने कुराको पनि तपाईँले क्वेसन गर्न सक्नुहुनेछ। र आजको वार्ता भनेको नितान्त रेनल्ड्सबर्गमा रहने साथीहरूका लागि सिधा असर पर्छ र रेनल्ड्सबर्गदेखि बाहिर बस्ने साथीहरूका लागि धेरै ज्ञानवर्धक कुरा पनि हुनेछन्। र त्यति भन्दै तपाईँलाई दुईवटा अनुरोध गर्न चाहेँ, युट्युबमा गएर हेरिदिनुहोला, भिडियोलाई सेयर गरिदिनुहोला, तपाईँ क्वेसन राख्नुहोला। एउटा भयो भने दोस्रो कुरा, भोट रेजिस्टर गर्नुभएको छ भने प्लिज रेजिस्टर टु भोट टुडे इटसेल्फ बिकज यो भोट मेक्स लट अफ डिफरेन्स। ओके, यति भन्दै म आजको पाहुनालाई अगाडि निम्ताउन चाहन्छु। Hi, good evening, Councilmember Johnson. How are you doing today?
Good evening. I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing great. Thank you so much for finding time today and coming out and being in this program with me. I have a lot of questions for you, and there are many people, some of them of your constituent, they will be asking the questions as well. So as we are planning for this conversation, we talk quite a lot about Reynoldsburg. And in my conversation with the guest, I also asked the history, how we come, and what are those things. Now, today, since you have been in the council for some time now, but you have been in the city for way more than what I am, can you tell me when did you move to city and what was the Reynoldsburg look like when you moved to the city 24 years ago?
Well, first, let me say thank you for the opportunity. This is just amazing to me. And so let's see. We moved to Reynoldsburg in 2003. Well, 2002, 2000, at the end of 2002, the beginning of 2003. When we first moved here, it was a pretty different community. It was not very many, it wasn't a very diverse community. There were pretty much staunch Republican leadership, no diversity, just pretty much the old barg of just older gentlemen serving on council. We were not really involved because there was no opportunity to be involved. In 2017, we met with a council representative at that, well, a person running to be on council at that time, with Kristen Bryant. And she was giving us all the positive things about college, because we were looking at getting our son enrolled in college and following the football process because he played football. And we ended up talking about politics and being involved. And we've always talked about being involved and participating and helping our community grow. And so in 2017, I was asked about running for Reynoldsburg City Auditor. Little nervous about that aspect, but
Uh,
I was like,
Thank you. I'll come back to that one. सो
okay.
मैले उहाँलाई सोधेको थिएँ, उहाँले 2024 साल अगाडि रेनोसबर्गमा आउनुभएको र यहाँ आउँदा कस्तो थियो वातावरण भनेर मैले उहाँलाई सोधेखेरि उहाँ भन्नुहुन्छ 2024 साल वर्ष 2003मा 2003-04को बेला रेनोसबर्गको वातावरण जुन किसिमका मान्छेहरू बस्थे यो भिन्नै किसिमको थियो। यहाँ प्राय धेरै रिपब्लिकनहरू, अलिकति वयस्क मान्छेहरू काउन्सिलमा थिए र हामीलाई काउन्सिलतिर जाने अवसर पनि थिएन, किनभने हामीलाई त्यो मौकै थिएन। त्यहाँनिर उनीहरूको आफ्नो राज्य चल्थ्यो भन्ने कुराकानी गर्नुहुन्छ। र 2017मा चाहिँ अब काउन्सिल मेम्बर ब्राइन जब चुनाव लड्दै हुनुहुन्थ्यो त्यति बेला काउन्सिलमा हुनुहुन्थ्यो र उहाँसँग भेट भयो र त्यस पछाडि म इन्भल्भ हुन सुरु गरेँ भन्नुहुँदैछ। I'll come back to your experience with city auditor in a minute, but my question is, can you tell me a little bit more about the beginning part of the Reynoldsburg life, your life in Reynoldsburg? Like you moved from Columbus, your husband was born in California, you were born in Columbus, your son was born in Columbus. Can you talk a little bit more about those history? Because that has a lot of connections, because we as a refugee immigrants, we move so many different places. So I just wanted to see how was your life as well. Let me interpret this question to my audience who are Nepali speaking, then come back to your answer.
Okay.
मैले उहाँलाई सोधेँ, जस्तो हामी आप्रवासी शरणार्थीहरू छौँ, हामी पनि बहुत धेरैतिर हिँड्दै घुम्दै फिर्दै कता कता लछार पछार हुँदै अहिले यहाँ आएर बसेका छौँ। र उहाँको मैले अघि यो कार्यक्रम हुनुभन्दा अगाडि सोधेको थिएँ, उहाँको श्रीमान क्यालिफोर्नियामा जन्मिनु भएको अरे, उहाँ कोलम्बसमा जन्मिनु भएको अरे, उहाँको छोरो पनि कोलम्बसमा जन्मेको, तर छोरो 8-9 महिनाको हुँदा यहाँ रेनल्ड्सबर्गमा आउनुभएको। र त्यति बेलाको जिन्दगी कस्तो हुन्थ्यो उहाँको, के गर्नुहुन्थ्यो, यो कुरा पनि भनिदिनुहोस् न, किनभने हामी पनि यसरी हिँडिरहने मान्छे, तपाईँ पनि हिँड्ने मान्छे र तपाईँ सुरुमा तपाईँहरूले हिँड्दाको कस्तो जस्तो जिन्दगी सेयर गरिदिनुहोस् न भन्ने भनेको छु। र तपाईँ हेर्ने दर्शक साथीहरू तपाईँको क्वेसनसम्म राख्नुहोस् है त, प्लिज गो हेड।
So we, as a product of Columbus, I went to Columbus Public Schools. There was nothing abnormal. It was a pretty easy, smooth transition coming out here to Reynoldsburg. I was kind of nervous at first because Reynoldsburg, the suburbs, and I'd always lived in the inner city, but we adjusted very well. Our neighborhood was fine. Our neighbors were nice. The schools were wonderful. My son excelled and he did well. We got involved in sports. He played football, he played basketball. We were actively involved. We were team parents. We shared. It was a good opportunity. We got to be engaged with the community. We met lots of people. It was just an exciting experience to see people working together and having fun with their kids and watching them grow into young men and women. I've loved every moment of living here in Reynoldsburg, surprisingly, because I was reluctant. I was like, oh, I've been in Columbus all my life. I don't know that I want to move to the suburbs, but it has been a good experience.
Thank you. उहाँ भन्नुहुन्छ कोलम्बसमा जन्मेर कोलम्बसमा हुर्केर कोलम्बसमा पढेर रेनल्ड्सबर्ग सर्ने हुँदा सुरुमा उहाँलाई धेरै त्रासको कुनै वातावरण थियो, के होला कसो होला भन्ने थियो, तर रेनल्ड्सबर्ग आएर बसेपछि रेनल्ड्सबर्गको जिन्दगी राम्रो भयो, रमाइलोसँग बित्यो, नानीहरूसँग स्कुल जाने, नानीहरू उहाँको छोराले फुटबल पनि खेल्थे, बास्केटबल खेल्थे, त्यहाँ सानो हुँदाखेरि हुर्किने स्कुलमा मजाले संलग्न भएर गर्दाखेरि रेनल्ड्सबर्गको जर्नी, रेनल्ड्सबर्गको उहाँको यात्रा भयङ्करै राम्रो रह्यो, खुसीसँगको रह्यो र धेरै राम्रो खालको रह्यो। कोलम्बस इनर सिटीमा बस्ने मान्छेलाई सबरमा सानो सिटीमा आउँदा धेरै क्वेसनहरू त भइरहन्थ्यो, तर त्यस्तो केही पनि भएन मलाई भन्नुहुन्छ। थ्याङ्क यू। Now let's get into the politics.
Okay.
When I moved to Reynoldsburg in 2016, I did not have a very good experience. Neither I have a bad experience as well. And but people in the Reynoldsburg welcomed me very good. I received a very good welcome, especially the Reynoldsburg police. I used to go to the Reynoldsburg police officer Hines. I do remember he was the person who greeted me. He was the person who supported me everything when I came here. When I had a question, I used to just text him, "Hey, this is going on, that's going on." He was there to support. Even I didn't know anybody in Reynoldsburg. I didn't know you. I didn't know nobody at that time. Police officer, Reynoldsburg police officer, Officer Hines was the person who then telling, "Hey, man, come on, this is the place." And moving forward in 2016, 17, I met Stacy, Councilmember Baker, and from there, my journey of this politics start. So, can you tell me how was your politics in Reynoldsburg started in the very beginning? Then we'll go from there. Let me interpret this into Nepali so that my audience, those who are Nepali speaker, also will understand what I ask you. मैले
Okay.
उहाँलाई सोधेको थिएँ, अब हामी राजनीतिको पाटोमा पसौँ। त मेरो इतिहास सुन्नुहुन्छ रेनल्ड्सबर्गमा आउँदाखेरि, सुरुका दिनमा रेनल्ड्सबर्गमा त्यति राम्रो वातावरण थिएन म यहाँ आउँदाखेरि। त्यो भन्दै गर्दा नराम्रो पनि थिएन त्यस्तो साह्रो चाहिँ। तर राम्रो बाटो चाहिँ के छ भने अफिसर हुनुहुन्थ्यो, उहाँले बहुत धेरै ख्याल गर्नुहुन्थ्यो मेरो र हाम्रो समाजको। र केही समस्या पर्दाखेरि अफिसर हाइन्सले बोलाउनुहुन्थ्यो, यस्तो भयो भुवन, उस्तो भयो भन्नुहुन्थ्यो। म अफिसरकोमा जान्थेँ। अरू कसैलाई पनि चिनेको थिएन, सिर्फ उहाँलाई मात्रै हाउडामा चिनेको थिएँ। त्यहाँ चिनेको त्यही परिचय अनुसार, त्यही सम्बन्धले उहाँसँग धेरै काम पनि गरियो। र त्यस गर्दै गर्दै म 2016मा काउन्सिल मेम्बर बेकर हुनुहुन्छ, स्टेसी बेकर, उहाँसँग मेरो परिचय भयो, तर डाउनटाउन पब्लिक लाइब्रेरीमा। त्यसदेखि अगाडि मेरो इतिहास बढ्दै बढ्दै म यहाँसम्म पुगेँ। र यस्तो थियो मेरो इतिहास भने तपाईँको चाहिँ इतिहास कस्तो रह्यो त भनेर मैले काउन्सिल मेम्बर मिल्ड्रेड जोन्सनलाई सोधेको छु र सुनौँ उहाँको इतिहास कस्तो रहेछ। र तपाईँले प्लिज सेयर गरिदिनु होला है, तपाईँको क्वेसन कसैले लेख्नु भएको छैन आज, क्वेसन पनि लेखिदिनु होला। प्लिज गो हेड।
Okay, so in 2017, I was introduced into the political realm as well. It was interesting because I had never knocked doors. I had never even campaigned, and all I did was make sure that I voted. Been doing that since I turned 18 years old. So campaigning and meeting people, it was pretty intriguing. And I will say that um, no, I did not win in 2017. I was close, but close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. So I didn't win. And but I wasn't discouraged. It was an opportunity of growth. It was an opportunity of learning. And we were effective in getting Kristen Bryant and Stacy Baker both on council in that year. So we did make some changes and we saw some positive things happening. The dynamics was changing. Reynoldsburg was no longer just strictly a Republican world. We now had Democrats involved and engaged. And then in 2019, we had a couple other people to get involved in the council realm and make a difference. And so it was growing, and we were truly becoming the city of respect, where everybody had a voice. We had different people representing the community, not just all white men and all Republicans. We had definitely a diverse congregation of people serving Reynoldsburg.
थ्याङ्क यू। उहाँलाई मैले सोधेँ उहाँको राजनीतिक यात्रा कस्तो रह्यो त भन्दा 2017मा म सिटी अडिटरको लागि चुनाव लड्नु भएको थियो। त्यो बेला मैले उहाँलाई भेटेको थिएँ, जति बेला म त चुनाव लडेको थिइनँ, तर म यसै गाउँघरमा जाँदा भेट्दा उहाँसँग भेटेर उहाँको बारेमा कुरा गरेर उहाँलाई सहयोग गर्ने काम पनि मैले गरेको थिएँ। त्यो टाइममा हामीले गरेका थियौँ। तर 2017मा उहाँको चुनाव विफल हुनुभयो, धेरै कम्ती भोटले हार्नुभयो। र फेरि 2019मा उहाँहरू डेमोक्रेट्स भएर लड्नु भएको थियो, उहाँको रिपब्लिकन साथीले जित्नुभयो। र 2019मा हामी, म लगायत अरू धेरैजना चुनाव लड्यौँ र हामी धेरैजनाले हामी चुनाव पनि जित्यौँ। र रेनल्ड्सबर्गमा त्यहाँभन्दा अगाडि भने खालि गोरा जातिका पुरुषहरू मात्रै काउन्सिलमा हुनुहुन्थ्यो भने त्यस पछाडि विभिन्न जातिका मान्छेहरू, विभिन्न महिला पुरुषहरूको सबैको संलग्नता पनि रह्यो र यसरी चाहिँ काम गर्दै गर्दै गइयो। र रेनल्ड्सबर्गको इतिहासमा धेरै जातिका मान्छे बसेपछि काउन्सिलमा अहिले त्यस्तो खालको वातावरण पनि छ भन्ने कुरा उहाँले गराउनु भयो। थ्याङ्क यू। सो There is you Upreti Alex writing, glad to have people like you both from the community. All right, thank you, Upreti Alex. Dhanyavad. So now the next question to you, Councilmember Johnson, is now before I go to your other question that is related to Reynoldsburg, I also am asking my audience, if you have any question specific to Reynoldsburg, please do put your question here. Now, very important question for me. I always share these things outside in the community, both public and private. To vote is the number one thing for me because I was a citizen of Bhutan. My parents were citizen of Bhutan. Bhutan is still ruled by a king. The king took my parents' citizenship, land, animals, property, bank balance, everything, and just removed us from the country and made us stateless and a refugee. And the whole reason for that is that we did not have a right to vote because the king is the king that he decides whatever he likes, right?
Right.
So coming to the United States, one of the most important rights that I had before I became a citizen was freedom of speech because I can speak up my mind. That was something
Right.
very important to me. So now, question to you: what does vote means to you? That's question. But before that, let me interpret that question to my audiences. मैले उहाँलाई क्वेसन सोध्दैछु मतदान अथवा चुनावमा भोट लगाउनु भनेको के हो, तपाईँले कसरी बुझ्नुहुन्छ भन्ने कुरा सोध्दै गर्दा मैले उहाँलाई आफ्नो मेरो इतिहास पनि बताएँ। जस्तै म भुटानमा जन्मेको, म भुटानी नागरिक थिएँ, मेरो बुवा आमा भुटानी नागरिक हुनुहुन्थ्यो। तर भुटानको राजा जिग्मेले मेरो बाबाको, मेरो आमाको सम्पत्ति सबै लुट्यो, गाई बस्तु सबै लुट्यो, सम्पत्ति ब्याङ्क ब्यालेन्स मेरो सबै थोक लुटेर चिरहरण गरेर हामीलाई देशविहीन बनाएर शरणार्थीमा हामीलाई घचेडिदियो। मुख्य कारण के हो भन्दाखेरि हाम्रो नागरिक अधिकार थिएन अथवा भोट लाउने अधिकार थिएन। तर पहिलोबाजी अमेरिका आइसकेपछि हामीले पाएको अधिकार भनेको हामीले बोल्न सक्ने अधिकार हो। आफूलाई मनमा लागेको कुरा बोल्न पाइन्छ, त बोल्दाखेरि कुनै पनि यहाँनिर सजाय कारबाही हुँदैन। यो देशको एउटा फ्रिडम अफ स्पिच भन्ने अधिकार छ यहाँनिर। र मैले उहाँलाई सोधेको तपाईँको शब्दमा भोट भनेको के हो भन्ने कुरा मैले सोधेँ, उहाँ के भन्नुहुन्छ? प्लिज गो हेड।
Voting is one of the most important things that you can do. That's your voice. That's your ability to say what you want to happen. You have the right to speak up and to say, no, I don't like it. Yes, I do like it. This is what I want. And I have not missed 1 year of voting since I turned 18. I had family members that fought for that right for us to be able to vote. And I love the actual idea of being free and being able to make the decision and to go and cast my vote. Even if you're sick and you can't vote, you can send in an absentee ballot. That is your choice. That is your voice. That is your opportunity to state your case and your feelings. Nobody should ever give up that right. It's a privilege. It's an honor. There's not enough words to express that voting is just the most important thing that you can do.
थ्याङ्क यू। मैले उहाँलाई सोध्दा उहाँ भन्नुहुन्छ भोट भनेको तपाईँको आफ्नो आवाज हो, तपाईँको अधिकार हो, तपाईँलाई जे मनपर्छ तपाईँले गर्न पाउने एउटा तपाईँको पूर्ण अधिकार हो र त्यो अधिकार तपाईँले प्रयोग गर्ने, तपाईँले अर्काले जे भने पनि जसो भने तपाईँको आफ्नो अधिकार तपाईँले सधैँ प्रयोग गर्नुपर्छ। त्यो तपाईँको आवाज हो, तपाईँको आवाजलाई तपाईँले सधैँ राख्नुपर्ने हुन्छ, त्यसलाई कहिले छोड्नु हुँदैन र तपाईँको आवाजलाई सुरक्षित राख्नुपर्छ। यो यसको कस्तो अर्थ भनेर सम्पूर्ण शब्दमा त भन्न पनि सक्दैन, त्यति महत्त्वपूर्ण कुरा हो। र यो भोट साह्रै भोटलाई हामी सबैले ख्याल गर्नुपर्छ र यो अधिकारलाई कहिले पनि छुटाउनु हुँदैन। उहाँ भन्नुहुन्छ म 18 वर्ष भएदेखि यता आजसम्म मैले कहिले पनि भोट छुटाएकी छैन र अगर तपाईँ बिरामी हुनुभयो, बिसन्च हुनुभयो भने पनि एब्सेन्टी ब्यालेट मगाएर आफ्नो भोट तपाईँले प्रयोग गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ, भोट लाउन सक्नुहुन्छ र भोट चाहिँ हामी सबैले लाउनुपर्छ भन्नुहुन्छ। र त्यति भन्दै म सम्पूर्ण इष्टमित्र तपाईँ सबैजनालाई फेरि अनुरोध गर्छु, कृपया सेयर गर्नुहोला र युट्युबमा गएर हेरेर मेरो सब्सक्रिप्सन पनि बढाएर सहयोग गरिदिनु होला। Please go watch in a YouTube and increase my subscription. That's my request to all the audience here. So now, the next question is, before I do that, I'll also ask my audience, please register to vote. If you have not registered, today is the day. Tomorrow, don't wait for day after tomorrow. Just make sure you register. And you have seen the consequence of 2024 election and what is happening now. So make sure you register and make sure you vote. so that your voice could be heard and the consequences will be as you get today. So now, Councilmember Johnson, my question to you, can you share, now let's go to Reynoldsburg and come back to the following question. Now in 2025, you are in a ballot, right? Why
Yes.
you want to run for a city council member in 2025?
I have been serving on council since 2023, filling an unexpired term. I've had an opportunity to work on community projects. I've had an opportunity to be involved and engaged in things that are going on in our community, and it's rewarding. I've done walks with our mayor and I've listened to people's concerns regarding speeding or regarding road repairs or regarding sidewalks. And I've got to be actively involved in making sure that those things were heard and that those things were taken care of. In my community, people complained about speeders. And so we put up different stop signs and we've put up lighted stop signs to help people to see, hey, you got to slow down. We've got the little speed things up that tell you how fast you're going. So it's been an exciting opportunity to serve and to help the community. I like being out there and listening to people talk about things that are important to them, things that they would like to see done. And so I get to be a voice for people who don't necessarily have an opportunity to come or are afraid to come or don't have the words to say. I get to speak up for those people and say, hey, this is a concern. This is something that we need to fix. This is something that we need to change. I get an opportunity to find out things that are going on in our community and just to be a part of bringing new businesses here, being a part of grand openings, being a part of new challenges. I have a major passion for our seniors and just don't knowing what they're doing and being involved in even getting transportation for our seniors and just making sure that our community is heard, our community is well received. I love what I do and would like to continue to do it.
थ्याङ्क यू। मैले उहाँलाई सोधेको थिएँ, तपाईँ 2025मा रेनोल्ड्सबर्गमा सिटी काउन्सिल मेम्बरका लागि चुनाव लड्दै हुनुहुन्छ। तपाईँ किन लड्दै हुनुहुन्छ त भनेर मैले उहाँलाई क्वेसन सोधेको थिएँ। उहाँको जवाबमा भन्नुहुन्छ, म गएको 2 वर्षदेखि यता सिटी काउन्सिल मेम्बरमा सर्भ गरिरहेको छु। त्यो चाहिँ अनएक्सपायर्ड टर्म थियो काउन्सिल मेम्बर ब्रायन्टको, त्यो ठाउँमा काम गरिरहेकी छु र यो काम गर्दा मैले धेरै कुरामा संलग्न हुन पाएँ र यहाँ पाइसकेपछि मैले गाउँघरमा परेका मान्छेका समस्यालाई सुन्ने मौका पाएँ। मान्छेले जो आएर मलाई भन्नुहुन्छ त्यसको समस्याको समाधानका लागि यसका लागि वकालत गरिरहेको छु र समस्याको समाधान पनि भइरहेको छ। साथसाथै कतिवटा ग्रान्ड ओपनिङ बिजनेसको ओपनिङ हुन्छ, त्यो ओपनिङमा गएर उहाँहरूलाई हौसला बढाउने, नयाँ बिजनेस ल्याउनलाई वातावरण सिर्जना गर्ने र मान्छेको जीवन रेनोल्ड्सबर्गमा सजिलो बनाउनका लागि म भरपूर काम गरिरहेको छु र यी कामलाई अगाडि बढाउनका लागि मैले सिटी काउन्सिलका लागि लड्ने विचार गरेँ। साथसाथै सिनियर जो हुनुहुन्छ, वयस्क उमेरमा भएका, वयस्क होइन सिनियर जो 60, 70, 80 वर्षको बुवा आमा जो हुनुहुन्छ, उहाँहरूका लागि, उहाँहरूको हितका लागि म काम गर्ने गर्छु र उहाँहरूका हितका लागि के काम गर्दा हुन्छ भने सधैँ काम गर्ने र उहाँहरूका लागि सधैँ वकालत गर्ने हुँदा उहाँहरूको हितका लागि पनि म त्यहाँ हुनुपर्छ भन्ने म बुझ्छु र त्यस कारणले म सिटी काउन्सिलमा लड्दैछु भन्नुभएको छ। र जो हेर्नु हुँदैछ तपाईँ सबैलाई भन्छु, उहाँको नाम हो मिल्ड्रेड जोन्सन, काउन्सिल मेम्बर हुनुहुन्छ र यो 2025को चुनावमा उहाँको नाम ब्यालेटमा आउँछ। तपाईँ सबैजनाले उहाँलाई भोट लाएर उहाँलाई जिताउनु पर्ने हुन्छ। I'm also asking my residents, her name is Mildred Johnson, that will be on her ballot in 2025. Make sure you see for her name and make sure you vote for her and make her win the election. That is my other ask also. So,
Yes, yes, yes.
Council Member Johnson, now I have another question for you, which I have prepared a question. Give me a second there. So the next question is, what is the one of the biggest concern in the community that you have seen today? Let me ask this question in Nepali, then I can answer, okay? Biggest
Okay.
concern. मैले उहाँलाई सोधेको छु, उहाँको नजरमा रेनोल्ड्सबर्गमा अहिले सबैभन्दा ठुलो चिन्ताको विषय के हो भनेर सोधेको छु। रेनोल्ड्सबर्ग एज अ होल सिटीको विषयमा सोधेको छु अनि म अहिले हाम्रो नेपाली भाषी अथवा नेपाली भाषी भुटानी र सबै अरू जातका मान्छेको लागि फेरि सोध्नेवाला छु। प्लिज गो हेड।
One of the bigger concerns here in Reynoldsburg, I would say, is people are concerned about their streets. They're concerned about their roads, they're concerned about their sidewalks, they're concerned the whole infrastructure of things that are going on. And it's been amazing watching these last few years how we've actually been making progress and making changes. Um, People are concerned about housing, and Reynoldsburg is one of the largest suburbs that is building up, and we've got low income housing, we've got medium income housing, we've got expensive housing. We have a wide range. Those are things that are important to our community. We are a diverse community. We're doing things that have never been done before. We've got Juneteenth celebration. We've got Pride celebration. We've got the Diwali, and I'm not sure what the second word is in that.
Tihar,
Uh,
Tihar.
Taha, going on here, things that have never happened before. Our community is growing, our community is changing, our community is diverse, and it's a great place to live. It's a great place to raise your family. It's a great place for people to get involved and engaged. Our schools, we've got a lot going on in our schools, but I will say that my son graduated from Reynoldsburg schools. I'm very proud of the fact that he went to Reynoldsburg schools. So those things are all important, and everybody brings a major concern or a different idea. And so what might be important to me may not be important to someone else. That's why I want to be on city council, because I want to hear what your concerns are. I want to know how I can support you. How can I support the poly community? How can I help? Do we need to have more people that are translating? What is it that we can do to make it a safer place, a better place, an environment where you want to raise your family? I love being here in Reynoldsburg. I enjoy being here in Reynoldsburg. I enjoy serving on city council, and I enjoy serving the people.
All right. Thank you. Dhanyavad. Let me translate, interpret that into Nepali. मैले उहाँलाई सोधेको थिएँ उहाँका विचारमा यहाँको रेनोस्बर्गमा अहिलेको एउटा एउटा कन्सर्न अथवा हामीले गर्नै पर्ने काम अथवा चिन्ताजनक विषय के हो भन्दा उहाँ भन्नुहुन्छ मान्छेहरूले सबैजनाले मलाई भेट्छन् र भन्ने गर्छन् रोड सडक अनि साइडवाक भनेको छेउमा हिँड्ने बाटो यो ठुलो समस्या भन्ने गर्छन् र गएको 8-10 वर्षलाई 3-4 वर्ष 5-6 वर्षलाई गएर हेर्नुहुन्छ भने रेनोस्बर्ग कसरी परिवर्तन भयो हामीले देख्न सक्छौँ जो रेनोस्बर्गको डाउन टाउनमा आउनुहुन्थ्यो जानुहुन्थ्यो तपाईँ अस्तिदेखि त्यहाँ तपाईँको पहिलेको भिडियो पहिलेको फोटो हेर्नुभयो र आजको फोटो हेर्नुभयो भने तपाईँ आफैले हेर्न सक्नुहुन्छ कस्तो भयो गएको 5-6 वर्षमा रेनोस्बर्गको हुलिया कसरी बद्ल्यो भन्ने कुरा हामी देख्न सक्छौँ साथसाथै अब रेनोस्बर्गमा हामीले गएको 4-5 वर्षदेखि यता तिहार हामी दिवाली भन्थ्यौँ यसपालिदेखि तिहार भन्ने हामीले धेरै समाजका धेरै साथीहरूको कुरा भएकाले गर्दा तिहार भन्ने निदो गरेका छौँ र गएको 5-6 वर्षदेखि 4 वर्षदेखि त हामीले दिवाली एउटा ठुलो इभेन्ट अथवा तिहार ठुलो यहाँको रेनोस्बर्गको ठुलो इभेन्ट भनेर मनाउन आएको छौँ सायद हामी धेरैलाई थाहा पनि छ र एउटा त्यो भयो भने अर्को प्राइड इभेन्ट रेनोस्बर्गमा हामीले सुरु गऱ्यौँ जुन 10th भने पनि रेनोस्बर्गले सुरु गरेको छ इभेन्ट यो 14 तारिकको कार्यक्रम पनि छ जुन 10th भनेको यहाँका दास प्रथालाई अन्त्य गर्नका लागि यहाँनिरको त्यो जुन यहाँ अमेरिकामा काला जातिका मान्छेहरूलाई गोरा जातिका मान्छेहरूले दास बनाएर राख्थे जुनको 19 तारिक त्यो अन्त भएकोले गर्दा जुन 10th भनेर त्यो कार्यक्रम गर्ने गरिन्छ र रेनोस्बर्गले त्यो पहिले सुरु गरेको हो यहाँ हामीले गएको 4 वर्षदेखि त्यो पनि कार्यक्रम मनाइराखेको छ अरू पनि जात जाति रङ्ग नगरिकन सबै किसिमका मान्छेलाई विभिन्न किसिमका कार्यक्रम गरेर यो सिटीमा चाहिँ मनाइने गरेको छ र यस्ता कुरालाई भइराख्न दिनुपर्छ यस्ता कुरा बढ्नुपर्छ विभिन्न किसिमको डाइभर्स भनेको बहुजाति बहुभाषी र धेरै किसिमको धेरै मल्टिपल भएको कुराले गर्दा यी कुरालाई यथावत राख्न अथवा अझै बढाउनका लागि बढाउनु पर्ने हुँदा म रेनोस्बर्गको सिटी काउन्सिल मेम्बरमा भइराख्नु पर्ने खाँचो भएकाले म यहाँ लड्न चाहेकी छु भन्नुभएको छ thank you, Councilmember Johnson. Do you need to add anything else on that one?
I just want to share that this Saturday, June 14th, is our Juneteenth celebration, our 5th annual one. I'd like to extend an invitation for everyone to come out and join us. It's going to be a great time.
Alright, म उहाँले अर्को एउटा निम्ता पनि गर्नुभयो म तपाईँ सबैलाई निम्ता पनि गर्छु यो 14 तारिक शनिबार रेनोस्बर्गमा जुन 10th को कार्यक्रम छ जो कार्यक्रममा सबैजनालाई म निम्ता गर्छु तपाईँ सबै आउनु होला कार्यक्रममा भाग लिनु होला can you tell where and what time this is going to happen?
It's going to be at Huber Park, June 14th from 4 to 8. Huber Park, right on Davidson Avenue. right beside the YMCA.
ओके, थ्याङ्क यू। युवर पार्कमा हुन्छ कहाँ भन्नुहुन्छ भने रेनल्ड्सबर्ग YMCA को पछाडिपट्टि बेलुका 4 to 6 वाट इज टाइम
4 to 8.
4 बजीदेखि 8 बजेसम्म हुन्छ। सबैको लागि खुला हुन्छ। तपाईँहरू नानीहरू लिएर आउनुहोला। भयङ्कर रमाइलो कार्यक्रम हुन्छ। त्यहाँनिर विभिन्न किसिमको नाचगानदेखि इत्यादि कुराहरू त्यहाँ हुन्छन् र तपाईँ सबैजना आएर सहभागी भइदिनु हुन म अनुरोध पनि गर्दछु। र हेर्ने इष्टमित्रहरू तपाईँ प्लिज तपाईँका क्वेसन लेखिदिनु होला। तपाईँका काउन्सिल मेम्बर यहाँ बस्नु भएको छ, म पनि तपाईँको काउन्सिल मेम्बर हो, रेनल्ड्सबर्गमा हुनुहुन्छ भने यु क्यान आस्क योर क्वेसन्स हियर। If I can answer, yes. If not, I can answer you the next day. But please do ask your question, all the audience. So now we are going almost toward the concluding part of our conversation.
Well, before we conclude, I just want to say I would like to hear from you and your community on how I can better serve you. What is it that you would like from me as your councilwoman to do? How can I help? How can I be an active force to make a difference with the Nepali community?
All right, thank you. So that is her question now. Councilmember Johnson is सोध्दै हुनुहुन्छ, म तपाईहरुको काउन्सिल मेम्बर हो र तपाईहरु काउन्सिल मेम्बर म भइसकेपछि नेपाली कम्युनिटीलाई के चाहिन्छ, कस्तो सहयोग चाहिन्छ त्यो सहयोग तपाईले मलाई भनिदिनु होला। त्यसकारण तपाईलाई त्यो सहयोग पुर्याउन म कोसिस चाहिन्छ तपाईले बुझाउनु होला। मलाई को चाहिँ समाजमा यस्तो खालको कुराको आवश्यकता छ भन्ने तपाईले को मातहतमा रहेको कुरा, सिटीको जुरिडिक्सनभित्र रहेको कुरा हो भने त्यसकालाई पुरा गर्न म कोसिस गर्नेछु र तपाईले मलाई त्यसरी सहयोग गरिदिनु होला भन्नुभएको छ। Now, before we go, I have a few questions here, Councilmember Johnson. I'm telling we are going towards the end part of the program. I'm not saying that we are concluding. So, can you share me? Forget to ask you before. You are also known as football mom. So, what does that mean?
Well, that means that my son played football and I was an active parent and involved in helping to feed our young people, being there to support our young people, being there to help fundraise for our young people to get the equipment that they needed. Being a football mom, we got to communicate with other parents. We made sure that our kids were fed. We made sure that all of the needs were met for that football season. It was an exciting opportunity, and I got to support my son.
All right. Thank you. उहाँले भन्नुहुन्छ म फुटबल मम भनेको के हो भन्नुहुँदै थियो। फुटबल मम भनेर मैले सोधिरहेको थिएँ। उहाँलाई फुटबल मम भनेको उहाँको नानीले फुटबल खेल्थे। फुटबल खेलिसकेपछि फुटबल खेल्ने नानीहरूका लागि अरू नानीहरूको लागि कसरी सहयोग गर्ने, यङ भाइ बहिनीलाई कसरी सुबाटोमा लगाउने, यस्ता खालका काममा संलग्न भएका कारणले गर्दाखेरि मलाई पनि फुटबल मम भन्थे भन्नुभयो। Ms. Johnson, I have a request as a Reynoldsburg resident. How can I ask that? So, Councilmember Johnson, I think you can share your email address here, right, afterwards, the public email address. जीवनजी उहाँले तपाईँलाई इमेल एड्रेस दिनुहुन्छ इलेक्सन पछाडि। तपाईँले रेनल्ड्सबर्ग सिटी काउन्सिलको वेबसाइटमा गएर खोज्नुभयो भने पनि उहाँको इमेल एड्रेस भेट्न सक्नुहुन्छ। अथवा अहिले काउन्सिलर जोन्सनले तपाईँलाई इमेल एड्रेस यहाँ लगाइदिनुहुन्छ कार्यक्रम सकिसके पछाडि र त्यसरी तपाईँले निकाल्न सक्नुहुन्छ। तपाईँलाई अहिले I think you can share your email address here in the chat once we are done with this conversation. Right now, you cannot put for whatever reason. So that is what Jivan Swed is asking. So yes, we are now at the end of the program. Is there anything else that you want to say, Councilmember Johnson?
I just want to say thank you. This was an awesome opportunity to share and to speak and to be a part of what's going on in the growth of our community. Thank you, Councilmember Bowen, for just making sure that we're able to reach and to talk and to share, to communicate with people that I would never ever be able to touch. So thank you so much.
Thank you. उहाँलाई मैले भनेको थिएँ कार्यक्रमको अन्तिममा अब कार्यक्रम क्लोज गर्न आँट्यौँ, तपाईँले के भन्नु छ भन्दा उहाँ भन्नुहुन्छ यो भुटनिज नेपाली कम्युनिटीसँग, नेपाली स्पिकिङ कम्युनिटीसँग कम्युनिकेट सम्बन्ध बनाइदिएकोमा धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद। कारण किनभने भाषागत कठिनाइका कारणले अरू बेला म तपाईँसँग बोल्न सक्ने थिइनँ होला, तर यहाँनिर बोल्ने मौका दिनुभयो, मान्छेहरूसित बातचित हुने भयो, त्यस कारणले यो अवसर दिनुभएकोमा धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद भन्नुहुँदैछ मलाई। र तपाईँ हेर्ने दर्शक साथीहरू, तपाईँको के क्वेसन छ भने तपाईँ क्वेसन राख्दिनु होला, होइन भने आजको कार्यक्रमलाई म यहाँ अन्त गर्न चाहन्छु। तपाईँको क्वेसन के छ, सदा सर्वदा तपाईँले क्वेसन राख्न सक्नुहुन्छ। तपाईँले मलाई पनि तपाईँले क्वेसन राख्न सक्नुहुन्छ। मलाई तपाईँले फोन गर्दा भयो तपाईँको कुरा म बुझिहाल्छु। तर एउटा कुरा ख्याल गर्नु होला, तपाईँले रेजिस्टर गर्नुभएको छ भने प्लिज रेजिस्टर गर्नु होला। र भोट लाउनुहोला, भोट लाउँदा ख्याल गर्नुहोला, मान्छेको नाम हेरेर लाउनुहोला, को के हो बुझेर लाउनुहोला। 2024 मा तपाईँ हामीले भोट लगायौँ, आज गाउँघरमा रुने, कराउने, को होलो मच्चिएको छ। हिजो मात्रै एकजना मान्छेलाई यहाँबाट देश निकाला गरियो, जसको चाहिँ बच्चा अस्तिको दिन निकाला गरियो, जसको बच्चा हिजो जन्मियो यहाँनेरि। त्यो घरमा परिवारलाई कस्तो भएको होला? त्यो त्यो मान्छेको गल्ती के थियो भन्दा सानो 17 वर्षको उमेर हुँदाखेरि सामान्य किसिमको गल्ती गरेको थियो। उनले सजाय पनि भोगिसकेका र त सजाय भोगिसके पछाडि पनि उहाँलाई आज यस्तो खालको घात अन्याय भयो, जसको कारणले चाहिँ उहाँ अहिले आफ्नो जन्मिँदै गरेको बच्चालाई हेरेर त्यो श्रीमतीलाई लालन-पालन गर्नुपर्ने अवस्थामा देश छोडेर जानुपर्यो। यस्तो अवस्था पनि हाम्रै कारणले गर्दा भएको छ भने यसपालि तपाईँले रेनल्ड्सबर्गमा भोट लाउँदाखेरि भोट लाउनुपर्ने एउटा व्यक्तिको नाम चाहिँ काउन्सिल मेम्बर मेल्ड्रेड जोन्सन हो। So, Mildred Johnson, I'm the Councilmember Johnson. What I'm telling to my resident, our resident, is that make sure you turn out to vote, register to vote. And like yesterday, the day before yesterday, one of our community member was deported. He was in Black Lake, and he had his baby born yesterday. So 2 days before the child was born, he was deported. And for the
Oh,
mistake he had done while he was teenage, just simple, nothing, no any threat to the community, nothing as such, but it's been deported now with this current administration. So there is a lot of fear in the community. Just I'm sharing, folks, yeah, that is true, that's happening, and make sure you turn out and vote.
please make sure you turn out and vote. And please know that I know you guys all have council member Boone Paccarell that you can turn to, but also know that the rest of us are here too. So please, if there's anything that I can do, any way I can help, any questions that you might have for me, please feel free to reach out to me. I am available.
All right. Thank you. Namaste.